months, we will see the greatest Fortnite players in the world go head-to-head to determine who will take the title of World Cup champion and become part of the global phenomenon that is Fortnite. Hundreds of players will compete on stage in New York City for their chance at ultimate battle royale glory and their piece of 30
Dai raga, tutti subito a spolliciare, bella Ale. Mi raccomando a spolliciare raga.
The competition was hot at our first major live event at PAX West where we held the Summer Skirmish Finale. This open format pitted over 900 players against each other, and Morgassi was able to rise out of the masses and take home nearly $250,000. A life-changing amount of money. Fall Skirmish came next, where 500 players competed not only in Battle Royale competitions, but build-offs, challenges, bake-offs, and cosplay competitions to win prizes and value club points. This all came to an insane conclusion at TwitchCon, where Tfue and Cloaksy were able to fend off the competition and win it all. It's Tfue and Cloaksy!
Bello armattone. Raga, come va? Tutto bene? Ah, a me è bene l'armattone.
Featuring the top 200 players from North America and Europe. In the end, the stream Skype dominated the European qualifier, semifinal, and final to come out on top. And on NA, Nolan beasted his way through the rounds, outperformed the Infinity Blade, and took home the crown. 2019 kicked off with the Secret Skirmish, where Ghost Saf and Rise Ronaldo took the top spot in duos, and the solos competition ended with an unbelievable performance from Ghost Bizzle, who took it all with the most clutch Fortnite finish in competitive history. Around, shot comes in, a limb for Bizzle, turns on the player above. That's it! He did it before! Bizzle with the victory! But this unbelievable action isn't limited to offline events. We've watched competitors get themselves ready for the Fortnite World Cup through their participation in the online tournaments. Fully open qualifiers for all players 13 and up has definitely shaken up the standard. Starting with the Scallywag Cup, familiar players like Saf and Zayt are continuously flaunting their skills, and we also saw new faces like WBG's Rux and Pika. But the veterans and big names.
Hello guys, and welcome back. We are here at week 1 qualifiers for the World Cup. We've got $1 million prize pool on the line this weekend. We've been blown away by our EU games today, and I know we have the standings coming up, and it's pretty crazy.
I'm so beyond hyped. So we've already seen 2 players qualify, one from Oceania and one from Asia. Now, with the conclusion of the Europe region, we'll be qualifying 8 players into that final in New York City for the Fortnite World Cup. We have the results ready. Let's take a look who those first 8 players are. And, oh my!
What?
Look at that list. What a fantastic. We got E11 Stompy in the first place. We heard about him. We saw that huge elimination game. Team Queso's Prisionero up there as well. Benji Fishy, I know you know a lot about him, Kitty.
I love Benji Fish. He's such a great player. And these guys are taking home that prize pool on the side for this weekend, but qualified for the World Cup.
Absolutely huge. Joining those other 2 players, we also
Grande armattone. Che siamo calati un bel po' di spettatori perché sono stati belli inattivi. Però stiamo risalendo, tranquilli.
Diego GB grinding it out, and then also got to give a huge shout out to Train HDRG. So if you're checking the live standings in game, the actual scoring going through, there is actually a 3-way tie in the 8th place mark. DRG getting the rift play that Bala broke down, had the advantage in the tiebreakers, won 2 matches, the 2 victory royales being enough to put him ahead of Airwalks and Keysam, 2 massive players. That was the difference of qualifying or not in going through. And I mean, we talked about it, the smallest of plays, Kitty.
Yeah, the smallest of plays, that one rift play into that extra or victory royale takes it for him. He is now in that top 8. He is going to the World Cup at the end of July, but we do have one of our players today. Hi, is it Bella EU or Balawi?
How do you pronounce your name, man? Talk to us. So one, we know you're a player for the Helsinki Reds. So what's up? What's your name? Introduce yourself to everyone.
Yeah, Bella EU. That's how you pronounce
Okay,
it.
good.
Bella.
Nice to meet you. How did your games go today? Can you talk us through it?
I had a good feeling the whole session. The 10 games I played, I had a good feeling. Nothing went that bad. I had no bad luck. Actually, like not good luck, but everything was decent. I had a good vibe. And the last game was
See you around.
I played out very well. And I'm very happy with the results.
Yeah, you have qualified as our first 8 going to the World Cup at the end of July. Congratulations, week 1, setting the standard for players moving forward into these next weeks. So how are you going to practice now? How are you going to prepare? You've qualified. What are you going to do to set yourself apart from the competition in the end of July?
To be honest, I will continue like I have changed in the past. I will not change anything. Like my past training has been good and it will be good in the future.
Whoa, I like the confidence.
So we saw that you did an absolutely amazing last match. I know you clutched out, got a lot of eliminations there. So once you got to the end and you saw your name on the leaderboard and you realized it was finals, you realized it was in the top 8, and you can call yourself one of the 100 best Fortnite solo players in the world. How does that feel, knowing all of the practice, all of it, it's come to this and it's validated like that? What's that feeling like?
I was in a shock. I'm still in a bit of a shock. My hands were shaking like it was. I couldn't have imagined like that I qualified this week. Like I couldn't have imagined it at all. It's beyond my like ultimate belief. Like I was confident in myself, but actually qualifying this well into the first week, absolutely unbelievable. Like it really pays off. I'm really happy at the moment. Like really happy.
Congratulations, Bella. I just got chills for you. I am looking forward to see how well you perform at the World Cup and meet you too. Continue practicing, doing your thing, and good luck in the finals. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks a lot.
So we do have more games to get into. We are going to be dropping in with Brazil games right now, and I'm joined by the beautiful, the bold, Golden Boy.
I like that.
That was actually.
I thought you were going to say the beautiful and the bald, in which case that would have bummed me out quite a bit. I also love how he inconspicuously walked in. You know, you like that? There's different dimensions here. People don't know. This set has everything to it. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. You have Golden Boy and Bala here. We're going to get ready to jump into some different games, because I know that for some of you, you're like, oh, NA East is coming up. Well, yes, NA East is going to be coming up in just a little bit, but we're going to be talking about the games that took place in Oceania as well as Asia today, and we're going to be highlighting the winners and their big moments, casting over the gameplay. Right now, we got your boy Slayer God, who is our first qualifier for the Fortnite World Cup. We're going to cover his game because we want to make sure that we're showing you guys what these players are more than capable of going into the finals in New York City. But here we go. So Slayer's POV, and already, you know, just a legendary player with a legendary loadout. Like it.
Absolutely legendary.
And the dualies.
And the dualies, but also staying right on the edge of zone with not too much cover. Does have 100 builds, but still, I'm looking at the player count right now. It's a lot of players right now for this. It's about to be the half in, half out, so it's a good game right now, Golden Boy. It's shaping up to be a nice one, too.
And Slayer took out Dylan, who was great at being picked off in the air. His name was Dylan's great, by the way. I don't know if you caught that. Ox Hero. Oh, no.
It's Slayer coming after you.
Yeah, it's Slayer going right after him, and I like the dually aggression. He was just trying to destroy the mats that was right in front of him. And this guy is going to continue to just hold himself up with defense.
I love how every single time there's a little bit break, if in between his wall replaces, he makes sure he covers himself from all sides, and that's going to lead him to get that eventually.
Ox Hero was so weak there, Bala. It was nothing he could really do there.
Yeah, I mean, it's Slayer, World Cup final qualifier. Like, come on, man.
This is the reason why he made it to where he went and why he is in the finals for the Fortnite World Cup. He's going to be going to New York City. Once again, we're taking a look at some of the other games that happened earlier on. This is your OCE finalist Slayer's game. We want to show the wins. We want to show what the players are capable. But we also want to highlight some of the other players in this region as well. We got Skyla from Chiefs.
Same team. Not duo partners, but same team. So he's already still happy today. I'm sure he wants to qualify, obviously, but his teammate qualifying has got to be a good feeling as well.
Pretty familiar with the Chiefs esports organization from a variety of different games that have covered. A great Aussie org. Support their players pretty well there. Nicely done. Skyla pushed right onto Citrus, who got caught with the book out. Goodbye.
Goodbye indeed. And Skyla is one of those really known players. Chiefs has made a name for themselves because Sync is who Slaya's dual partner is. They have a bunch of great players. I mean, they're taking over the OCE region.
Yeah, like I said, been following those guys for a little while now, so it's pretty cool to see that and see these players play and get treated also to some OCE Fortnite, but Skyla gets chunked for a sizable amount of damage. She's gonna have to opt to use that slurp and then use that big pot too. No one's putting the pressure on him, so he will be able to get both of those off and will get topped off to 100-100 rather quickly because of it.
Yeah, and I feel like you said nobody's bringing the pressure to him, but he does have that heavy sniper to bring the pressure. Somebody actually replaces his wall and then the roof as well. He's going to back out and say, no, no, no. Ooh, with the heavy sniper directly under his wall.
Oh, he went for it. YouTube flew. You don't want to post that one, my friend, because that was a rough one. He went right in for the challenge, and then Skyla made him pay. Back over, though, to Slaya. Once again, this is the OCE winner replay that we're watching here. Slaya will be your first OCE representative for the Fortnite World Cup final in New York City. And we're watching the game and how he got to that point.
Yeah, and don't forget, the format for this is every elimination is a point. Top 25 is going to be a third point. We'll see. Hold on. As he gets the shot there through the wall, it's going to be the pressure done. Is he going to continue to chase this? No. So top 25 is going to be 3 points, 15, 2 more points. And then top 5, 2 more points, and the win 3 points. So there you go with the format. As Slay makes his way towards that first moving zone. All action from here on out, all moving.
I could see some players looking to use that launch pad, maybe a little community launch pad, if you will, that Monster's been talking about. Just a funny phrase. I never thought I would utter in a broadcast. Oh, Slaya, look at the awareness from him as well. Just always looking around, always looking, always trying to see. And then also the other thing, too, he's going at them with the dualies.
I know.
He's taking out the dualies. I love it, Bala.
Every time he pulls them out, I'm just like, wait, what am I watching right now? Slaya actually going to use those dualies to great effect. And they do so much damage. They really do. Finds the rift there off of that pickup. That's a good reward. 4 elims already.
Oh, and he picked up a minigun, too. All right, all right.
This is a pressure loadout if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, 100% this is. And the dualies, they do a decent amount of damage to structures and can allow you to push in. They have a slow firing rate, but it is enough at the very least to...
Oh, here we go.
Oh, man. And that player's tagged out in the storm, too. So there's no choice but to jump down. And I like that Slaya's going for that high ground. Goodbye, Crotchy. You should have just tried to keep yourself going in that one as best he possibly could, but Slaya made him pay for that one.
And he's going to make another player pay right there as he's trying to come out of the zone. Just get a lot of damage in, but only shield tag, so nothing yet. There's him another elimination, but maybe you can find this one. No, he's just getting consistent chip damage. And look how he plays the poison trap. His checklist is crazy. He's always doing what he needs to do, even taking shots at little roaming ballers down below.
Because he knows that no one's going to be looking at him. Players are scrambling out, and he wants to just be efficient. That's really what it feels like. High efficiency from Slaya.
Bella favor
esclude some opportunity to put some shots down. He ensures that he is not exposed, and he just lays down some fire. Whether it be on ballers, whether it be on structures, it's very clear that this person is constantly thinking about what they could be doing at that moment. Wow. And Bile Cider picking up 2 eliminations. That one off of Alec AU. That was a nice shot there with that green pump.
Yeah, this loadout, though, is going to be very difficult. It's not like Slaya's. He's not going to be able to keep up the pressure with that heavy AR and the pump shotgun. He's just going to be able to get those quick burst damage in.
He's waiting for any players that maybe make a foolish mistake. He could probably jump down on them, just as you're seeing here.
Heading
out the floor. He gives himself that wall on the floor. It's very good to utilize.
It's a peak box if I've ever seen one, but using one so late.
There you go.
Right back and peekaboo on Rival to Gold and another one.
Oh, there you go, Bala. You called it, man. He's just looking to put out burst high damage, period. And it was working out quite nicely for Bio Cider there. But now Slaya still on the high ground. You got Shaggy, maybe it was him, who's down low with the Bala. And then Nunky is king. Look at the pressure that's being applied from that minigun up above. And then the dualies to boot also with that magma wrap. I love it. I'm all about that. Bathan takes out Krian, but Slaya still up on that high ground.
Yeah, I'm just watching his POV right now with the minigun. He's just going crazy.
Look how fast it fires.
Yeah, you can't do anything, especially when you're starting to run out builds. You can already see Slaya's Sleia's running out, and that player's got to be running out. Nunky,
Andrea
unfortunately for him.
usa
Well, Shaggy has about 100 plus builds to work with. Nunky is going to be in that mid ground. Shaggy will be in the ultimate low, but they're now actually on even playing field. Nunky and Shaggy might run into one another, but Sleia now with that minigun, maybe he's going to try and just burst his way right into the safe haven of this player. And it's going to go up the ramp there. Sleia does lose the high ground ever so briefly, but he's got to regroup here. He goes down low. He's going to get chunked for a little bit of damage here. Sees that player, maybe try and go for that, cheeky little jump in, and that is going to be a nice pick there for Sleia onto Nunky.
Doesn't get the match, though. He doesn't get the match, so that's going to be so bad. If Shaggy can come down and make a shot on him, that's going to be so hard for Sleia to defend.
Oh, he went out. He went out for a moment, and he's just trying to get the angle. This is absurd.
Such smart play here from Sleia, making sure he goes out. Oh, he's going to knock it down. No, just barely doesn't manage to do it. This? Ran out of ammo.
What? Oh,
my
but
goodness.
Shaggy won the game. Now remember, Sleia, he did not get any victory royales.
Yeah.
For his victory. Shaggy picks up the win there. That was 12 points, but with the amount of points that Sleia was able to gain, I have to say that was like a very ambitious play there.
Oh, yeah.
From Sleia.
Very. I mean, running right down on the end of his materials, obviously, and then the ammo as well. Not just the ammo that he had total, but the ammo he had actually in his weapon. So we do have one more replay from our OCE winner and qualifier, Sleia.
I think it's interesting because I'm sure players or fans at home are watching and they're like, yeah, but he didn't get the victory royale. But the thing is, he got high placements consistently and picked up a bunch of eliminations.
You got to know your
combination of both of them.
You got to know your format, and you got to maximize your points every single game. If you go into one game and you get a bunch of elims, but you don't get high placements, then you're not maximizing your points. You want to go all the way till the end so you have the possibility to get every single type of point. That's what Sleia did that game.
I also feel like a lot of players, based on some of these events, what we've been saying, oh, that was a nice read there from Sleia. There's a clear strategy. It's like whatever works out for them, right? But it feels like you have players that if they're not getting the victory royales, yes, they're maximizing on those eliminations. They're staying alive going to that late game. But there has been different strategies, quote unquote, if you will, by a lot of players. Some that are just playing for the placement, which we saw Psalm and Scented do last time, or some like Sleia, who they go for the high-end placement, trying to get the 2nd through 5 placement there. So that would be a total of 7 points or 8 points, and then they get the eliminations. So then they're just racking up more.
Iscriviti e lascia un bel like, mi raccomando.
Be almost like a 16-point game. It's huge.
Yeah, and you think about the timing as well. If you're close to that top 25th, you don't want to go out at all because that's 3 points. It's way more efficient than an elim. Speaking of elims, there's one. He's going to knock down Zach all the way out.
That's a good shot there. 20 meters out. Very well done.
The fall damage to boot as well, making sure that he knows and is aware of what little things are connected and what's not. And that's some of the players in this game I did see. One of the Mind Freak players, Vince. A very big fan of Vince. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Sì, stasera sì. Però sì, gioco. Però un altro live c'è non
Nice
questo.
guy and a baller. Baller loves the nice guys and the ballers. Okay, now we know.
Now you know.
Now we know. You hate me for saying that, right? You're like,
No, I like nice guys and ballers
guys
or not in ballers. It doesn't matter. Nice guys are cool. I like them.
oh man.
Be nice,
Be nice,
Be
people.
positive.
That's all we want. Be a good person.
Or be like Sleia and shoot balls.
Could have painted you in a million different corners there, but
Yeah.
we did it, man. We did it.
Vince.
There's Vince. There's your nice guy out of the baller this time around. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. You can see the disappointment in Baller's face.
Now, Sleia, you saw him check really quickly. Where is high ground? He said he saw it, and then he realized, hey, it's actually going to go over the hill. You can see that the rest of the lobby is actually all making their way up there because they know the zone is coming, and there it is, pushing everybody up.
And this hill, too, is rough because it's a steeper hill. So you're going to have to 90 your way up and just vertical or tunnel your way around it and go.
Gioco non
This
lo
is
so,
just,
non ti devo dire.
man, it's so
Però
difficult to
perché devi
play
tornare dopo,
with
scusa?
your back against the storm going up this hill
Non
like
puoi
this.
You
rimanere.
can see He's barely going to make it out because he made a decision. Yes, he does. Only one more tick. That's
Yeah,
the
but he
perfect.
might die though any minute now. He might get eliminated. This isn't gonna look good. If Belay manages to stay alive.
Hang up, he's got it.
Okay, I give him all the credit.
Here goes Sleia. 10 elims already. 21 players left to find, and ooh, nice little edit down. Oh, I know what game this is.
He's just looking for elims. He's hunting. He needs the elimination too, because if he's able to get one clean, that's going to give him the health back, but he ends up going down
HP
to
on that
6
fall.
HP. Had he not picked up the elimination, he would have fallen in this
And
game.
another one, he just clipped. Sundown broke this down. He clipped on the edge of that. He would have taken more fall damage and actually fell, but there, another string of elims brings him back up to 100 HP. And Golden, I have to say, this is the one that clutched him in the victory. He won by 1 point. You have to remember, he won by 1 point. That's 1 elim.
Think about all of these eliminations that he's picking up here. Each one of them playing such a role in his success. That's his 14th on to Yuzan, and he's dancing around. There's a bunch of ballers running around the map. He doesn't care. He's just going to try and pick up as many eliminations as he can snag, because he knows that this is it. This is where his chances are. He doesn't have the high ground, so he needs to make a win happen.
Goodness.
But look at the plays there from Slaya. Terminates the Terminator and is now at 16 eliminations. Has to just get hit by the boogie, but he'll be able to try and stay up here, and then that's it. He falls at the end of that game. We're going to keep following the action, but that was a crazy run there.
I really like the boogie bomb. Once he got boogied, he actually went in the zone to take a tick, so he would come out of the boogie bomb. That wasn't going to work there because, unfortunately, the wall blocked his shot, so he wasn't able to get the last player there. Still, 2 players just fell there to RPG Fire and Rarzilla. 2 elims on low ground, ultimate low. He's starting to carve something out. Dark on high ground. Jordy actually takes a nice shot. Jordy, one of the players that I've been following in the OCE scene.
Dark might get challenged because Alez actually has the ultimate high ground. And Dark ends up dropping
my
down.
goodness,
Jordy, a nice shot from Jordy is going to eliminate Dark from the server. Roarzilla will be down low. Alez up above in the ultimate high ground.
Alez. Jordy, the pick there through the little peak box, and now it's going to go up the hill.
Oh,
that's going to be unfortunate. He's not going to be able to make it out of this, and that's going to be Alez. We talked about the mountains. We talked about how treacherous they could be. And one thing, though, is the zone is also a little bit unpredictable. You can't tell where it's going to go, which direction up the mountain.
That zone had a lot of trickery around there. Alez really just stayed up. That's all he had to do. I think even Alez was thinking, like, all right, what's my play here? But there was so much action going down low. Players caught by the storm. Absolute insanity. But that was the OCE games. For now, though, send it over to Sundown and Kitty.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. So we saw how Slaya was able to take it away. I mean, that one clutch match, 16 eliminations, 10th place. The 1 point being the difference. We've seen it in so many places now with the EU tiebreaker as well. But they're not the only action we missed that we're going to highlight.
Yeah, we are also headed into our Asia server games to see how those guys, or the one guy, was able to clutch it out. But we're going to take that right back to Bala and Golden Boy, who's going to take it away with Asia games.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Looking great as always. I like that. Okay, hit the dance. Let's commentate the dance moves. Okay,
yeah,
a little bit of the disco play. All right. All right.
Yeah, no, so we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on FaxFox when he gets into this. It's going to be incredible. Can't wait to see it.
Well, that was the thing we lived through, and I think we all did a great job. So, Kitty, good dance moves. I'm super proud of you. Very well done. Sundown, always a pleasure.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I was already feeling this guy because I love tempura, so.
Okay, all right. So, not the skill, not the kit, even though pretty good kit. Really, Sundown, you hear me? I'm all aflutter. That just caught me off guard. This is not something that you hear every day, but hey, man, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
I love the names of this game and nice
I love the
edit
play.
there. Yeah, oh my goodness. Taking down Danielle. So, tempura, 5 elims for him. He's got the heavy snipe. We saw the shot earlier. And we know that this game is a good one. 25 players left. This is actually one of the first looks that I get into. I mean, obviously we've seen the highlights, but this is the first full game I've watched from Asia in a long time. I watched the Korean Open games.
That's right, that's right.
This is the entire region.
And the best of the best in this region as well. Champion division players.
All played yesterday for that top 3,000 of the champion division players and the ones who participated in this weekend's festivities and events.
I think that the your fascination. Oh wow! I can see why you like them. I was gonna say I think your infatuation with tempura might pay off here. Because now Tempura's got a baller. And we know that baller likes nice guys in the baller.
Gosh, dude. That's going to go forever. Every time.
I'm not going to let you live it down, buddy. You're my friend and I care.
Yeah, that's important. I appreciate that. You're my friend and I care too. He doesn't care for Payne's life in this game. He's going to take him out with a nice quick shot and another one. He's so low. That's almost 20 HP, I think, for this guy. He's going to continue on.
He's going to push.
He's actually cone just then, and he's got the trap. He's going to dodge it too. Perfect play there from Tempura.
Yeah, he went right to that corner, and then off they go with the rift to go right up to the sky. But what a crazy turn of events there for Tempura. It's crazy, crazy game.
Absolutely, and there he is. I actually see Fox in the distance. He's landing on that's a perfect spot to land. He didn't, obviously the rift was maybe a little bit early because he could have landed on this mountain, but there's the RPG reset as well. He's going to continue to use that to try to fight for high ground. That's important. Going into the later stage of the game, another knock, and heal him.
Oh, and I love that because either that player was going to fall all the way down, and it was one of two things, either the rift to go or the redeploy. But the redeploy put that player in a stuck position, and then Fox made him pay for that. I just loved the decision making from Fox so far as he came down from that rift to go that hit him. It's basically just been meticulous since then.
Man, and Fox is very, very calculated. I can see every time he sees something, he actually takes a little bit of time to make the best decision as he starts to fight for high. This actually has multiple different layers to it, this mountain. As you can see, X-Mende all the way up.
I know, and he's was cooking the Tempura, who was actually getting cooked by that cheeky little cozy campfire. You got X-Mende up top. Fox, he's going to drop down low and put himself in a 1-by-1. Vandochi actually gets that elimination onto CLZ, but the beautifully placed rocket there from Fox nets him his next elimination. Now it's going to be a battle between Fox and X-Mende. Mende be up top, trying to put the pressure on him here. He has that legendary compact SMG. Fox looking to just play as much defense as he can, and he gets time to be able to reload that rocket.
I love how he actually built out, faked that he was going to start to push, and then reloaded the rocket. That's going to be key to retake this high ground and at least get up the hill. There it is. He's so close now, and he makes it through.
Nice play there from Fox to redirect himself, but we're right back into this one. Fox is going to chase after X-Mende. X-Mende is going to go in for the fight. Fox, oh, can he come out on top of the victory royale? Yes, he can.
Yes,
as he pokes around the corner, had the advantage, and he had that legendary AR and put it to work. That's going to be a huge game from him. One of the reasons why Fox is going to New York City for the Fortnite World Cup final.
Yeah, and that was what a interesting 1v1 there, as they both ran out of materials at the exact same time, and ended up being that they started taking those shots, and Fox is going to have the better aim in that one and the better positioning.
So we got another game in the Asian region, I believe. And yes, we do. I saw the characters. I was like, yep, I know exactly what we're checking out here.
Now, Karuteru actually finds one on the edge of zone, and then he's going to try to break himself out. He didn't get that launch pad. That was right on the edge, so he's going to have to come on foot. And there's a lot of open space over there outside of Happy Hamlet. Look how many people there are inside of this town.
Happy Hamlet is not a town that can house a bunch of residents. It's kind of like a small town in Wyoming.
Nope, holiday town.
Not a good spot to go to, during, when it's like high activity. The real estate's just very poor here.
Shops
The prices are through the roof, Baller.
Yeah, it's just little gift shops here and there,
and they're hiking those prices. They're hiking the prices. The rent's too high.
The rent is too high. I mean, look at this base. Look at all these bases. Why the heck he's in one? He spent a lot of his earnings on this big base here in Happy Hamlet, or maybe he spent a lot of his resources getting here, because this is the end game. 35 players remaining. He had to make it all the way through.
Oh, there's a player right there. I think he saw that. Yeah. So he sees that player who's peeking. Yeah.
Abe Noob. He sees him through the cone as well.
Abe Noob and Mira as well. But Asachi puts in the shots now. Then he's going to try and defend himself. And this is just, he was basically in a world of hurt, tucked between two players, and just could not get out of it.
Yeah. I love these names. I saw cat meat in the background.
Wait, cat meat? Please find cat meat. Please find cat meat. Observers, I asked for cat meat. That's all I want. Thank you. Well, we do get Fox, though.
Yeah, he's actually starting to get close to knocking that high ground down with the baller. Not very well connected in Happy Hamlet. spend a lot they get a lot of income with rent, but their architects aren't the best there.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It was a Daigo, but Daigo, that was not the beast because he ended up getting beasted on there. Oh, what a shame for Daigo.
I understand that reference.
Yeah, and I'm sure many others do. I'm sure some people do at least. If you're not, just look at it online, kids. But that was just an insane series. Oh, there's Cat Meat. Big fan. Big fan Cat Meat. I might actually change my game name to Cat Meat.
Yeah, that's really good. Definitely better than Golden Boy.
For sure, actually. I'm a grown man calling myself Golden Boy. Please understand my pain.
Yeah, but there, he's finally going to exit the baller, and now it's time for FaxFox to show us what he got. How he got here today, being the second qualifier throughout, and I mean now we've got 10 total, so he's being joined by other legends in the making.
Interesting scenario here as well, where we're going with this circle.
Yeah.
Lots of open space, but also lots of trees to play around in. So there could be some moments for players, if they're struggling for mats, they could hobble in and maybe be able to farm something so that they can get one or two builds in there. But no, moves in and bops that player. Manages to pick up yet another elimination.
And that's you got to get your box all to yourself, because if you're missing one wall, somebody's going to take advantage of it, and no does there. But guess what? Pengdal, look at him all the way on high ground. FaxFox starting to make his own little tunnel there on pretty much ultimate level.
And that's all FaxFox. That entire metal tube was just FaxFox. So that's a lot that he owns in case things happen where he ends up going back into it. But No is denying everyone, and that is going to be Doodleos, the next victim to No's wrath. I like this name. It's just No. It's just very.
It's really easy to just.
Million puns you can throw in with No.
Ooh.
Oh.
Cyber actually took high ground from Pengdal.
No is thinking not like No like this. Dang it!
Well, he's gone,
close.
so we can just finish with that.
No, he's gone. Aha! Okay. Well, that was a run there for No, but. The player that we're looking at, FaxFox. If you're just joining us, this is the Asia region matchup for our winner of the region, FaxFox, who will be representing the Asia region in the Fortnite World Cup in New York City. How did we get to this point? See him at the bottom right of your screen, a straight dive all the way down.
Oh.
It's going for the ultimate low here as well.
That was a good dodge on the Kisuri. He tried to take the shotgun shot, but FaxFox perfectly went towards him and then went away at the perfect moment. So Kisuri missing that shot. FaxFox is going to have a nice position down on low ground.
Kisuri has just 12 builds. FaxFox has 100 builds in the late game.
He's actually knocking out the ultimate high. He just needs a few more shots, and that's going to all fall. Saber and Lunar, they got to be aware of this. Saber finally gets to Elam, but he's also low on HP inside of a stink grenade. He does have
Saber is going to get ticked, though, as he goes outside of the storm. He's going to land on Kisuri. Kisuri goes to the top of FaxFox. FaxFox, he's playing right inside of the circle. Then he's going to go right out to this one. He's going to take that damage. He's going to just tunnel his way out of this. He knows that Kisuri was weak because he saw him take damage earlier, and he played that one very well. That's going to be the victory royale for FaxFox.
And that was so smart there, going outside of the zone, because the way that zone was moving, it was moving over the hill. You saw Kisuri didn't run out of builds as well, so he had to go all the way to the side, and FaxFox comes out way above him.
Well, congratulations to FaxFox Slayer. They're moving on. Sundown Kitty. We're going to dance some more?
No, we're dancing.
Aw, the dream is dead.
I loved watching those guys. FaxFox, man, putting up those high elimination games, catching out those victory royales. Dang, he's going to be one to watch at the end of July, which he's secured himself a position for.
I mean, it's nuts. 72 points in the first 4 matches, 4 for 4 on victory royales, but also averaging 8 eliminations.